What's up, Juventini? Alberto here. Got all your Juve news. There is a ton of rumors going on now with a couple of targets going down for Juventus. Now, everybody shifting their focus on what Giuntoli is going to do, who he is going to go after. Apparently, we're going back in on Gudmunsson. We'll take a look at the latest details there from Mirko Di Natale, all right? And a little piece of business in that deal that fell through for Anderson that nobody's really paying attention to regarding Giuntoli, we will look at. And then a full breakdown on the news I gave to you 2 days ago on Chiesa, as now certain outlets are jumping on it as well. But I'll give you a full explanation, as some of you have asked to elaborate on it and kind of make sense on it, all right? So like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first, we got a birthday shout out going out to Meri Benatia. Was only with us for 2016 to 2019, but still amassed 3 Scudetti, 2 Coppa Italias, and 1 Supercoppa, all right? And I remember at that time me wanting to stick it out with him rather than bring back Bonucci. Were you on the same wavelength at that time? Hit me in the comments, but tanti auguri go out to him. Now, in the deal that fell through with Felipe Anderson, there was one piece of business in there that kind of fell by the wayside, and that was that Giuntoli had applied this low salary to it, and the final agreed price was somewhere around a salary of just over 3 million euros, which would have been much better than what we were hearing originally, around 4 million euros, which was the player's demand. So apparently Giuntoli is going to apply this lower salary approach to any player that is 30 years old and up. Now, is that going to work when we're trying to land certain targets? And is he going to have to give on that business model? I agree with the business model and that the older guys should be on lower salaries. However, not necessarily. Depends what they can still bring and how bad we need them. So that's going to be an interesting piece of business to follow moving forward in the approach in the Mercato, because I fail to believe that we're not going to be still looking at some guys in that age bracket. And right now, like I said, with Anderson going down, if you look at free agency, which we are going to have to work, the forwards list is very, very weak. I think we should shift the focus to the midfield. He might have to budge on that salary thing. We will wait and see. But Gudmunsson, the latest on him is that Juve is not done. They have not given up on the player. Obviously, links with Inter, links with the Premier League as well. But confirmed discussions very, very recently between Genoa and Juventus on trying to find a deal. This comes to us from Mirko Di Natale. And also, Genoa has interest in Thiago Giallo and Enzo Barnechea, who are being reported that they could possibly be involved in the deal to try and find a solution, all right? You guys know where I stand on Gudmunsson. I rated him higher than Ferguson and would go after him. This is the latest coming to us from this player. Zaccagni, who did have links at potentially finding a deal with Juventus. All signs are pointing to him now finding a renewal with Lazio, especially given the fact that Felipe Anderson has not renewed, okay? We are getting news about Zaniolo. There is absolutely zero interest from Juventus in Zaniolo, okay? Danilo, still rumors surfacing that he could potentially leave Juventus this summer. For me, this is actually a no-brainer to keep him around for the time being. I don't think it's work that we need to open up for ourselves. Agree, disagree? Hit me in the comments. All right, now, one mid coming up that Giuntoli apparently is monitoring is Wilfried Ndidi of Leicester, all right, and also followed by Napoli, but apparently his name needs to be in the mix for potential midfielders joining Juventus. Giuntoli keeping tabs on him. Merino from Real Sociedad, we've heard his name a bunch, and apparently the latest is that Real Sociedad is working on a renewal for the player. If a renewal is not found that would protect him under a clause of 60 million euros, the deal will still not be done for anything less than 50 million euros to bring in Merino, all right? That's the latest there. And Zhegrova, we've heard his name a bunch. Lille's forward that can play on either the right side or the left side in a trident, which makes him very, very enticing to Juventus. Apparently, there are discussions happening as we speak. Juve is actively looking to bring in this player. He's got a contract that expires in 2026, and his price tag is apparently only 15 million euros. Okay, so that's the latest there. Buongiorno, his name is on the list of potential targets should Bremer leave Juventus this summer. But of course, there would be stiff competition there. Inter, one of the teams, okay? Several other Italian sides looking at Buongiorno. That would be a difficult piece of business, okay? But now we get to Federico Chiesa. Chiesa has been, all the talk has surrounded Chiesa for the past week. All right, and I'm going to give you a full breakdown on the news I gave you 2 days ago, because now outlets are jumping on it and painting the same picture as well. Now, I brought to you that what I was hearing is that there is a sign and sale type scenario that Juventus is looking at bringing for the player. The player and his entourage have agreed on this bridge gap renewal, but apparently what you have to look at is that there's this willingness to explore other options, not just from Federico Chiesa's side, but also Juve's side, okay? So today what's being reported is that, yes, even with the bridge renewal, after the Euros, depending how he does in the Euros, Juve could still potentially listen to offers for the player and maybe make a move. For Federico Chiesa, what this whole thing, how do you make sense of signing a renewal when you're still looking at other options, is because it protects him. So he wants to find a renewal that protects his best interests in terms of salary, what he's looking for, and still be willing to look at other options and still have some type of protection should he decide to stay based on what the project is moving into next season, all right? And these guys are not going to know, and Juve's not going to disclose to their players what is happening. Did Cambiaso leak the news of Allegri not signing with Juventus or not staying at Juventus? Everybody is jumping that from the Adidas event there at the opening of the flagship store there yesterday, and him in an interview saying it was a pleasure to be coached by. Oh, it is a pleasure to be coached by. Listen, these guys, this is the same as the rumors that broke out about Motta being signed and that Allegri already knows. There is no way Juventus is breaking out their plans while current objectives are still at stake to players or Max Allegri, etc., whatnot. Nobody knows what Giuntoli, Calvo are thinking or are going to do. Bottom line, all right? But do you agree, disagree? Hit me in the comments. That is the latest news break, you guys. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the content, but the best part for me, mixing it up in the comments. Hit me in the comments with everything that you think. Out of the list of targets today, who do you want to see us bringing in? All right, let's mix it up, and I'll be back tomorrow with another edition. Friday morning, we're going to be live getting you ready for that Cagliari match, and there will be a live watch along as always. No matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.